This exhibit is probably going to change somewhat during the course of the time this is up. But what we have here is just an assortment of artifacts that you can choose from to make points. We've generally labeled it a woman of many parts, which is to say that especially coming into the 20th century with the rapid pace of technological and social change, women were stretching their horizon in many different directions, from being active sportswomen to machinists during wars, to being defenders of the homeland. The one role that remained stable was that of being homemakers. Whether they were working outside the home or going out of the home as civic activists or sports enthusiasts or civil defense workers. Housework definitely changed by the 1950s. The gadgetful American kitchen was considered the really the height of what American democracy could produce. Lots of material, widespread material wealth for everyone. So the American home really becomes, and the American housewife really become a centerpiece of Cold War propaganda. But today, there have been several books that have been written by women scholars that tell us that, contrary to the stereotype that because we have all these new appliances, women have less work to do at home. In fact, all the gadgetry and the cleaning agents and so forth really created more work for mother, because standards for the well-kept home definitely rose. She had a whole array of appliances and gadgets and so forth to oversee. So that's another one of those little myths, that you might want to deal with. And any woman will be able to empathize with the fact that however far women have gone, they still have a central role to play in keeping the house.
And a long way to go, too, if I may say. Just a little bit about the artifacts in here, some of which I think are crucial. The first one continues the story of women in the military that we've been telling. This is the logbook of women who, during the Cold War, no declared war at all, in the 1950s, were plane spotters. Were out looking to make sure that we weren't getting enemy planes flying over doing recon. Down at Buckrow Beach, they were out doing recon. Also, we have a rivet gun. That's to symbolize what you've just seen in the large poster, that women in World War II went and did industrial labor. Both the wrench and the rivet gun are exemplars of that. Rosie the Riveter is the stereotypical but true female industrial worker. The wrench is a small and relatively gracile wrench, because as it turned out, of course, the workforce was missing the fact that a lot of people with smaller hands and with more dexterous abilities could do better work than the men in some of the industries. What's not usually known is that after World War II, maybe a fifth or a sixth of the women who were forced into the workforce and went in stayed in the workforce and earned industrial wages, because, at least in part, they were better workers at some jobs than the men. Over here in the back, we have a women's golf club. Sports was also an avenue of entry for women into public life, both for white women and for blacks and black women. Sports has, in the United States, been a way that people become public.
Or, attain distinction.
Well,